So this video is about helping people before and after leaving Islam. We are on the post called, quote, I was a Muslim for 25 years. How long does it take to reprogram everything? I want to be clear that some people won't reprogram themselves because they don't do the right things that would cause them to reprogram themselves. So this is not an issue about time. Suppose you still fear hell and you also find yourself justifying Islam, even though you're an ex-Muslim. You're doing this because your critical thinking skills are weak. So as long as your critical thinking skills remain weak, your fear will remain strong and you'll continue to justify Islam. And I want to be clear, no scientist tries to justify a false theory. And no scientist is scared in relation to that theory. You're not thinking like a scientist. The solution, learn how to think like a scientist. So the obvious question is, how can I learn how scientists think? This is the same as the other two questions I posed in the last few videos. How can I improve my thinking? And what was it? How do I make my rational means stronger? Some comments. Negative Bowler says, I believe thinking like a scientist doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. Many people just want to be told what's right rather than create their own idea of why it's right. It's a whole lot of imposter syndrome. They don't understand that a scientist must come to their own justified conclusion. Yep, scientists have to think for themselves. There's no scientist that believes a scientific theory because other scientists did. So I guess I here wanted to clarify something. It's not nature, it's upbringing. And it's not only upbringing. But I wanted to say here, if you grow up with people that punish you for thinking, that reliably results in suppressing your critical thinking muscle. And if you grow up with people that believe in freedom of thought, no punishment, no shame, that reliably results in your critical thinking muscle getting stronger. Oh, interesting. I think what he's trying to say here is it's more than just, I think he was trying to argue that it is partly biology. I don't know. I'm not sure what he was trying to argue, but I clarified with the dynamic memes, static memes. This person said, well, what if you were smart enough to avoid most consequences? Like from your parents punishing you. This person said, when I was young, I worked those critical thinking muscles while avoiding consequences. I've been ex-Muslim for over a year now, and programming is coming off. It's taken a lot of therapy and mindfulness. So I clarified, well, that's why I used the word reliably. If you escape the punishment, either physically or in your head, meaning you didn't suffer, even though they tried to make you suffer, then you're insulated from the damage that the punishment and shame would cause. So this person asked, how would I better my critical thinking? Yep, that's my post. How do I strengthen my critical thinking muscle? The person says, become a scientist. And I said, yep, that's for sure. That's how you improve your critical thinking. But that means doing the work of a scientist, not just like, I mean, that's the same kind of the same thing though. That's it for this video.